Now we be the voice that got talk true. For the land where done they so for silence.
Hello my people, now welcome to Voices of Vigilance, the program where they showcase the bold voices where they try to rescue Nigeria from the hands of wicked people. Now here you go hear the truth where the pepper, gist where the ginger, and citizens where know the fear nobody. Yes, so subscribe now so you know go miss our weekly dose of fire for fire. Today, a hot one, yes, really hot one, from the far priest Dele Farotimi's prophetic thunder to Aisha Yesufu dragging P2B to VDM saga, EFCC, Basbos, and electoral reform movements. Yes, it will really chill. So hold your sober, let me enter. For today's gist, we go hear from Dele Farotimi as in Nako's prophecy of how bad belly people won't finish Nigeria. You sabi as in the talk now, that one go ginger your brain well. Before we get there, now who be the first person we go enter with the mod for this particular first episode? Now no other than our Ovevekuve mama, Aisha Yesufu, mama we know they carry last. This week she don't drop reach 10 videos but now only one stand gidigba for my eye. The one where she drag P2B small for one speech where in give for a big event where him and General go on and even Jonathan attend. Make we listen first.
I listened to my brother Mike when he talked about may the labor of our heroes past not be in vain. I'm sorry, I'm happy that Jack1 is here, and I'm happy that Jonathan is here. But I can tell you, their sacrifice is in vain. They've sacrificed for nothing. We're in this country when people were protesting, when there was no need to protest under Jonathan. Where are those protesters? Have they died? Where are they? So why are we saying it should not be in vain? Jonathan increased fuel from 87 naira to 120 and people were protesting in this country. And when it was 900, they were not protesting. Are they dead?
But Aisha no grew. She clap hands say, Uncle Peter beg she for that talk.
That is a very wrong allusion to have. That there is a time when there is no need to protest. Let's look at Nigeria, for example. Let's look at countries in other parts of the world, where they're doing very well. People are protesting every day. There is never a time that there is no need to protest. And if Mr. Peter Obi thinks that he's going to get into office and people will not protest, no matter how good he is, no, he should drop that right now. People will protest, and if there's any need, Aisha Yesufu will be on that street, will protest under his government by the grace of God. And so let that be. So there's never a time in any this thing that you say people don't have a need to protest. So, and then come back to the place where Mr. Peter Obi talked about the fact that fuel was 87 naira and it was moved to 100. I just wrote it, 120 naira. That's what Mr. Peter Obi said, and he felt that people did not have a need to protest because later now it's 900 naira. What Mr. Peter Obi needs to understand, and also what everybody needs to understand when they make this thing, is that as of that time they were protesting for the 120 against the 120 naira that fuel was. The time of 900 naira was in the future. So nobody is protesting based on future. It's just like maybe now tomorrow people are going to come out and say that, oh, people were coming out to do obedient movement. Where are they now? Things are worse off. If tomorrow things become worse because the people are not doing it. Those are analogies that don't work. That's not the way things are. What you need to look at is that when this 120 naira was put in, how much was fuel during Yaradua? How much was fuel during Obasanjo? How much was fuel during Abdul Salam? If that's the way we want to take it. Or are we going to say now that, okay, Buhari moved it up to, was it 400 and something, if I'm not mistaken? Does that mean that Buhari's time is good now because Tinubu has moved it to almost 900 naira? So those things don't work. As of that time, there was a problem and people stood up to speak about it. Personally, for me, on the issue of that particular protest. I was never part of it. The reason why I was not part of it was because I wanted subsidy to be removed. And so when former President Jonathan removed the subsidy, for me it was a big, huge thing. I was like, finally, thank God, this thing, has been done. But nonetheless, I was very happy that Nigerians have gotten their voices and they could come together, Nigerian youth all over the country, and speak on an issue, which is what we are looking for all the time. So we cannot say that when people protest because we didn't want the protest to happen and we say no, or say during Jonathan. If there was any time that protest needed to happen, it was during Jonathan, compared to what had been coming on. And then the fact that others have worsened, and then when Mr. Peter Obi, and I see this argument being made a lot, why are they not protesting? Are they there? No, they are not there. They are waiting for those that did not protest. Those of you that did not protest, then to come and protest now, because they that protested, they've been attacked, they've been maligned, they've been called all sorts of names. The same way that the people who protested, and this is one thing I want to tell Mr. Peter and every other person, the people who protested for the fuel were also the people who protested for Jonathan to be made acting president. So they were right when they protested for Jonathan to be made acting president, and then they were wrong when they protested against Jonathan increasing the fuel.
Bad no fit pass bad. Yes, na so she talk. Jonathan bad, Buhari bad. Even Tinubu own self was pass. You no supposed compare them. She said she protests during Jonathan time, but she no go protest for Tinubu time because she no recognize him as a president. That one hard though. She even talk say the only protest where she go protest for Tinubu na to remove him from office. If anybody ready, may they come call him.
I protested during Buhari and I've refused, and I said I'm not going to protest during Tinubu. I'm not dead, but because Tinubu, I don't recognize him as a president. This is an illegitimate administration. And when you protest, when you come out to protest, and for me, this one is for me personally that I'm speaking of. For when you come out to protest, it means you believe in that thing. If I come out to protest under this administration, I'm protesting to who the Tinubu's administration to solve one thing or the other. That means I recognize for me, that means I'm legitimizing an illegitimacy. And I will never do that.
Mama, we know the hear word. For another video where she dropped another bass boss now between EFCC and Arise TV's Rufai Oseni. Rufai say EFCC arrest very dark man based on plenty complaints where they don't get from people. That's so he writes for his Twitter handle or his X handle. EFCC go carry that to the way he writes, stamp am fake news. This one campaign Rufai Oseni. In beating say, why una go stamp my Tory fake news where I get them from other big news agencies like BBC? Is it because na me? And according to him, say in check all the facts. Aisha can't take that one. Hey Rufai for standing strong for his opinion.
It's something that should interest anyone and everyone. Let's not look at this thing as it's happening to someone I don't like, or it's happening it has not yet gotten to me. If we continue to allow them get away with this kind of obnoxious behavior, with this kind of injustice against people, with this kind of harassment, with this kind of oppression, going on, it will only continue, and they're only going to worsen. And the possibility and the likelihood and the probability of it getting to you increases every day. And so that's why when you see something happening to someone, you need to speak up to make it stop. Like I always say to people, when we're fighting for justice, it doesn't matter whether you like someone, you don't like someone, you like what they're doing, you don't like what they're doing, you like their choices or you don't like their choices. All that matters is that is it an injustice? And that's it. And as long as it's an injustice, you speak against it, you stand against it, you face the perpetrator, you stand with the victim, you face the perpetrator, and you sort of like challenge them head on what it is they are doing. In that way, you have a higher chance, a higher probability of it not coming to you not coming to meet you. But if you just sit down and do not do anything, I bet you it's only a matter of time before you begin to say, Nigeria also happened to me.
Make you go for her YouTube channel, Aisha Yesufu. Make you go listen to all the thing. Plenty thing when you talk for that video. Yes, now so we kukuma waka reach Baba Domont. Who be this Baba? Na Dr. Charles Apoki himself. Baba we know the fear word. Baba no para. This time I seen they do for other videos. You for hear and say bust you when somebody don't make her angry. But this time around, you know bust anybody. It be like say nobody make them vex this time. It just a cool voice advise Nigeria people about waiting they shell for we country. Baba don't come back from Obodo even and don't start to drop video like in the same paper. He drop more than 10 videos for different issues will happen for this week from Obodo Nigeria. But the one will enter our pass be when in talk say VDM arrest and distraction from real wahala where we get for this Nigeria. Make we hear them first.
Release of VDM. What next? That's the subject of this lecture. I believe or suspect, allegedly, that the arrest of VDM was a well-calculated, intentional act by a religio-political cabal in this country to forestall some drama that will have taken place around this period, and at the same time to distract the attention of Nigerians from key issues, to give the political elite a breathing space. They know that we like to talk. They know that our youths will react by protesting. And in doing so, their minds will be preoccupied with the detention of very dark man. If not, the whole thing was very, very unnecessary, but there are other things I might not go into, but we know them.
According to Dr. Charles Apoki, then just use that one, cover our eye. Make we for no see the big issue like Boko Haram, banditry, and land grabbing where they happen for this Obodo Niger. People they suffer, soldiers they buy, yet everybody just they busy, they shout, free VDM, free VDM. Meanwhile, Senate don't pass tax reform bill where nobody notice for we backyard. It no shock you as they release VDM on May the 7th and pass the tax reform bill on May the 8th. Now coincidence be that? Me I don't know. If you know, tell us for comment section. Even Sowore say, in don't talk say, all this in a distraction from Natasha Akpotio versus Akpabio to VDM. Saying that all of them are distraction to come out of the eye from the main cocoa where they were in Nigeria. Make we listen to Sowore.
The politicians themselves, especially those who are in government or in power or in office, understand that Nigerians are easily distracted. So they know what to do from time to time. I think there's a minister in charge of distraction in the government or in every government. And his job is to look at the society and say, look, everywhere is too quiet. They are getting too serious. So throw in something, And part of the reason I said so was during the Buhari regime, Buhari was seen to be like an extremist person in terms of his Islamic credentials. But how was it that Buhari was happy with Bibi Naija? They didn't do anything to try to even interfere with it. Whenever it comes up, everybody is happy that they're not going to take about 3 to 4 months away from the life of the country. Nigerian leaders, even though they don't have local leagues, are all fans of major European or English leagues playing football. So reason is that they love the distraction. They want the distractions to keep coming, because while the distractions are happening, more people get killed. Ask about it. They increase. I think they're increasing tariffs again. So you don't get to ask about serious socio-political issues.
You don't hear him? Yes. Meanwhile, the very dark man don't release a first video after the sanction where he take talk everything as it take happen for inside cell. Yeah, but that one not to for another day. For now, make we jump go meet Peter Aka, aka Randy Peter for Nigeria. This guy is a bit talk. It be like say the guy no dey even breathe at all. Anyway, he submit electoral reform bill to the National Assembly on Friday, May the 9th. He saying they run a 30-day challenge. Say make all Nigeria support this electoral reform with their full chest. Hear them first.
We don't go readdress and everything we don't carry. Now we have submitted one for office of Senate President. We met with the Chief of Staff to the Senate President, Chief Godswill Oboda Akpabio, and the Honorable Speaker, House of Reps, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas. Nigerians, there is nothing where they knew for this electoral reform petition where we they put. Our demand is to make electronic transmission of result mandatory. The picking of INEC chairman to become more transparent and every other thing. The only difference we go make this one work, make I tell on our Nigerians, is if all of us decide to put the maximum civil pressure on National Assembly. Not the other one where all of una they sit down, they talk, say APC government, they no go do them, they no go do them because una never put pressure on them to do them. So this 30 days challenge, Nigerians, I kneel down for National Assembly. They beg all of you Nigerians, if you want this thing to work, say 2027, make it better, trend the hashtag 30 days, fix INEC, electoral reform, immediate transmission of result. I beg on our Nigerians, if you not put the pressure, there is no way it will work. As far as everybody continue to discuss them, after that 30 days, Senator Godswill Akpabio, I come your office, I meet your absence. So the next time we will go come, make we try meet your present too. Because, and we ensure say that make your people where they there, make they tell you because they go see them for social media. Make you see them. After these 30 days, if we are not fix this INEC, if we are not begin this electoral reform for us to ensure, say, the Ori Buruku and Oshiwe INEC do 2023, no repeat itself. Now this National Assembly, see, film the compound when he big, he go accommodate us. Now here we go, come camp with una. Come sleep here until we obtain this electoral reform. Because if this country is a democracy, democracy is government of the people. We must be able to pick our leaders. Even if na goats, Nigerians won't pick. I no mind. I know Kuku no Obi. I know no Atiku. I know no Tinubu. I've never met any of them. I don't want even meet any of them. Just get a system. Let Nigerians pick their leaders in a free, fair, credible, and peaceful manner. Anybody that emerges, let it be so. Let the will of the people prevail. That is the only way we can say this is a democracy. I be who they fear in a free and fair election. She be President Tinubu na Jagaban. We can the control rivers him to now his own. Everybody hold in own constituency. So who is afraid of free and fair elections? Let us ensure this electoral reform passes and let Nigerians do the right thing for ourselves. These are the petitions. Acknowledge copy, Honorable Speaker. Acknowledge copy, Senate President. May God help Nigeria. So justice for Nigeria, Peter for Nigeria. This Nigeria, this INEC matter, now here we be no. Because this Nigeria, me, I know die here, I live here, I know be criminal, I know be thief. This country must work in our lifetime. So anything we now want to do for these 30 days, now we go talk them. We don't begin them. We not be say we go, they say we they talk, no action. Action don't start now, Nigerians. 30 days fix INEC challenge. I beg una, with anything we una they say, I take go beg una. Before I can't die before, because of INEC matter. INEC, you know go kill your papa. Peter for.
As if that one no do, him drop another video to beg Senator Kingibe, where they represent Abuja, make herself available for a meaningful discussion. Yes, meaningful discussion. Remember, say the youths no they engage in meaningful discussion. Now, Peter for Nigeria won't engage Ireti for meaningful discussion. I need a beggar make herself available because they go her office, they no see him. Listen to Peter for Nigeria.
Immediately, we put out the message calling on the FCT Senator, Senator Kingibe, to assist Nigerians in the petition we have already submitted to the leadership of the National Assembly. The Senator herself reached out and has called us to come and meet with her to hear directly what exactly are the concerns and what we want. And that is why we are standing here right now with Senator Ireti Kingibe, Senator representing the FCT. Ma, thank you very much for this, for the opportunity to listen to us. Our requests are not many. Nigerians need an opportunity to be able to elect their leaders, and if they fail to perform, for us to be able to vote them out. We believe that the arrogance of politicians is in a criminal and corrupt electoral system, and that is why this fight is what Nigerians want to take. And we know that with your help as a senator, and also in the Senate Committee on Electoral Reform, that your voice is instrumental. And just as you have done with every other assignment since you assumed office in your 2 years, your records are there. I follow them personally. We see what you are doing, and we believe that you will not be tired. And whatever you will do to advance this cause, both at the committee level and at the House, at the Senate floor, to help us get this electoral reform, to reform INEC for Nigerian youth. Please, man, we appeal to you. Help Nigerian youth. You are our mother, you are a mother, you are our senator, and we are calling upon you. Nigerian youth, you are like children who have been left as orphans or predators to prey on us. Whatever you can, man, do this as your gift to Nigerian youth, and we will never forget this, man.
Thank you. As I said, I try as much as possible to respond to my constituents when they call on me, and that's why I reached out to say, come, what are you screaming my name for? Come and tell me what is bothering you. Let me know. And give me a copy of this petition. Let me follow it up with the leadership of the National Assembly and the committee.
So, on behalf of NACO, that's the Nigeria Electoral Reform Coalition, which is a body that embodies most of the Nigerian youth organizations, religious bodies across Nigeria, we are officially now I'm the convener, and I'm officially handing over the petition to you. I'm believing, as our mouthpiece has spoken already, our PRO, that the words and the work that you have already started, that you will press down on this for us and help the Nigerian people to get this work done, and we will be grateful.
Thank you. I promise, as I've always done, I will do my best. As I've said, I come with a lot of goodwill for the people. I will do my best to see them come.
All wisdom and grace to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter for Nigeria. Niger people, they hail you. Plenty activists and active voices talk for this last week we just end. We no go fit take all of them because this video go over long. But make we take small from the ogbonge papa of them all. You know who he be now? They know they take mouth talk am. The man where in name resemble waiting in the do. The man where they see tomorrow. In they talk for today and tomorrow people. After in come out from prison last December, now in first major TV chat with Seun Okinbaloye of Channels TV. As they ask him if he don't settle with Afe Babalola, the man will carry and go prison, say in Dele allegedly spoiling name. Dele say, I get peace. I no get wahala with anybody. I no get any matter with anybody. Instead they do in Sunday sermon with his over 50,000 subscribers. In talk say Nigeria a criminal enterprise, and our judiciary they dance skelewu naked for inside markets. Seun Okinbaloye ask him if he still dey support Labour Party. Dele say, Labour care? Na election platform, no be political party. There is no political party for Nigeria. Na so in talk am. Say unless electoral reform happen, forget 2027 election. Him and Peter Aka, they reason the same for this particular matter. Maybe they go join forces soon. Or what do you think? Abi e good make all of them they run their own show? Drop your comment for comment section. Make we know. As we do that one, make we hear as it take talk am.
Some people who are more intelligent than me and obviously her began to look at the call log that was readily available and visible from the video. And we began to see new dimensions to the Nigerian madness. It was meant to distract you, but it is critical that you understand that even as it's intended for distraction, an opportunity was offered for you to see the kind of people ruling you or ruining you and the extent to which they are prepared to go to find justification and explanation for the evil that they have visited on our land. I have no side to take, neither are fighting my battle. I am more interested in the damage that they are doing to what is left of the Nigerian state. In that same week, the ICPC told all of us that some people helped themselves and diverted 71.2 billion of the much touted fund that was intended for students. And who are these students? The most vulnerable, those whose parents cannot even afford the fees in Nigerian universities, who would have to take on loans. But some people believed it was better to use that money to fund their own lifestyles. 71.2 billion out of 100 billion. That's in the week that was. Oh yeah, in the week that was, Rivers women, in spite of the fact that they obviously know that they did not bring Similari Fubara to power, they did pretty much like the men. They wailed impotently, walked out on Madam Ibas. Okay, you can walk out all you want, but the reality is, she's the wife of your sole administrator, the current first lady of your state. And mine, Ogasim, and the wicked ones, they are already talking to the Capo, the Tuti, the Capi, and they will resolve their problems. So don't worry, they will soon bring back the simple one, who is the tool of the wicked one, who is the pawn of the Capo. You understand? Don't worry, if you don't get it, forget about it. Oh yes, in the week that was, I saw Nan's presidents whose bear longer than my own. And one of them said, our first son, you understand? The Gomina of Lagos in waiting, the Alasha Ekeji Orisha, executive vice president, apparently in charge of Natogri Ugokola having an election that I don't even know. But somewhere, somehow, the beginning of our president became interested in what was happening in Nance. Just like apparently your guy Atiku was also. So in short, they'll tell you the stories themselves because it's none of my business. What makes it our business, really, is the window, like I've always told you, that is opened. In my time in the university, the sons of the presidents were unknown. As bad as Abacha was, his children would not even presume to step into the space reserved for NANs. Even though we knew government was interested in NANs, it wasn't politicians of different persuasions and factions sponsoring their own factions of NANs like it has become today. But we need to look at these windows as they are opened to us so that you see the extent of the putrefaction, and you might perhaps be better able to understand why the ones that we have in the universities today are almost completely dead to the reality of their environment or their own place in bringing about the change that must be obvious to them are required before Nigeria can progress. So in the week that was, we realized, if we haven't known before, that there is an unholy alliance between the student union movement in Nigeria and the political class. In fact, in that same week, some clowns, presuming to speak on behalf of Afenifere, were busy offering excuses for our first son. I assure you, that wasn't Afenifere. The political jobbers and renegades that are gathered in Akure. They are dancing skelewu for their master in the rock. So when you hear this nonsense being spouted in relation to Afenifere, telling people that Tinubu has performed wonderfully, understand it for what it is. Those are his paid agents. They'll say anything he once said. Those of you who are familiar with the Afenifere of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the one headed by Iba Brahma Adesoya, Iba Jashin, my late leader, Chivayo Adebanjo, you will know that we will never be party to traffic.
All those one are preamble before he can start the main show. Now, the title of this particular show we do for Sunday now Nigeria, How to Kill a State. He break down how the ruling class they slowly kill Nigeria with sense and a deliberate plan, no be mistake. According to him, the first way where they take the kill Nigeria now through religious and tribal wahala. Dele say tribal and religious discrimination they tear the country apart. He give example with Igbo and Yoruba people, where he say that Ndi Igbo, they cry say Nigeria they marginalize them. But even they themselves, they marginalize themselves inside. In saying that the same thing they happen for Yoruba side, where tribalism full ground bracketed. According to Dele Farotimi, the second point where they take kill a state, now impunity and how they take scatter the rule of law. He asked one obonge question where I don't know whether anybody fit answer. He say, how you won't make the people where the system don't suppress, obey the law, we know they binding for everybody equally. If you know the answer, drop the answer for the comment section if you sabi am. He talk say for Nigeria now, some people they above the law and they use them to suppress others. But in one say, injustice no they last forever. People must rise up one day. According to Dele Farotimi, the third point where they kill a state, now to twist the truth. Truth no be truth again for Nigeria. Now who they talk am and who they hear am, now go determine whether not true. Dele used Oshomole example where he say, come to APC and all your sins will be forgiven as an example. Now so he take list all the 7 points on how to kill a state. But because of time, we no fit mention all of them. It better make you go for in channel for YouTube, go watch them. For summary, Dele don talk say, Nigeria, they destroyed on purpose. That means say, people shine their eye well, they destroy the country. The people where they kill them, no waiting than they do. Now the only way where they fit survive, because if Nigeria stand gidigba, strong, one day they go pay for all the wickedness where then they do. So the best thing not to kill Nigeria. But he say hope see they Dele believe say Nigeria fit survive, but no be as e be now. Say we must rebuild the country from scratch, especially with electoral reform. He mentioned say the draft of that bill don't enter public space. So since March, it dey for him website www.delefarotimi.com. Say make you go there, go make your own contribution. You don't see him, you don't contribute. If you never do, I beg, go to delefarotimi.com, go make your own contribution. Make you no come complain tomorrow if things no dey waka the way you want. Finally, Dele want make we build wetin he call moral majority. That is people wey no go fear, we go stand gidigba for truth and justice. Okay? Make we hear am small as he take
But
talk.
sometimes, in order to fight a just war, and make no mistake about it, we may need to fight a just war. It's just one that we will not be fighting in front. We'll fight it using our brains. It's not beyond us. We are more than them, and we must fight for our freedom. Download the imperatives of the Nigerian Revolution. There's an entire section written by Taiwo Akinlami, my dear brother, that speaks to non-violent revolution. It's a manual. It speaks to sit at home. It speaks to the moral majority. We must build that moral majority. We must be deliberate about building it, and we must educate ourselves. We must look beyond ethnicity. We must look beyond religion. And this is certainly nothing to do with partisanship. Partisanship is something that citizens can afford. It's a luxury you give to citizens. It is not something that can be afforded by victims. If you as a victim, you're still thinking in terms of APC, PDP, Labour, or any of the many divisions, it means that you have not recognized the fact of your victimhood. There can only be one side because they have only one side. The ease of movement by which they cross from one party to the other and recognize their common interest should tell you that they are only one. We are the ones who are divided, and we need to stop that division forthwith. We must recognize what is in our own common interest, and we must pursue those. You must begin to look beyond partisanship. There is nothing I want for me that I don't want for everyone else. I want everyone else, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their religion, regardless of their party affiliations, ideology. I don't care. It's your business. I want one standard for all. And you should want that very well yourself, because at the end of the day, of what use are the rights you want for yourself that you want denied to others? We will be sending that bill before the National Assembly. And do not do so naively. Now, or you place something on top of the next. And in the absence of guns, you must learn to weaponize your brains.
Oh yes, my people. Now here we go pause on for this first edition of Voices of Vigilance, the arena for activists and active citizens. If you get any question or suggestion, I beg make you go drop them for comment section. We go see you next week. Bye.